And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. And tonight, we'll see the Golden State Warriors. They'll go up against the Indiana Pacers. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for the Indiana Pacers. On Wednesday, they'll head home to take on the Dallas Mavericks. Then on Friday, they'll tip off a road trip in Brooklyn where they'll take on the Nets.
And for that game against the Bulls, that'll be their fourth outing in this young season. Coach will want to have his team starting to build a rhythm by then.
And Young kicks to T. George against KD. The tray. And Paul George, good for the three. George has got the first 3 points of the night up on the board for the Pacers. Ellis against Thompson. Looking for Pachulia. He gets it there. And it's sent back by Turner. Here's Ellis. And Young kicks to Ellis. George looking over the floor. Shoots the three. And Indiana, another three. It's exciting after all the prelude, all the pomp and circumstance. Here we go, Greg, opening night.
Yeah, these teams have spent an entire offseason to prepare for this moment. We've heard all the predictions and expectations, but now it's all about show and prove.
Now, here is George, following the shot by Kevin Durant.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
And the Warriors off to a slow start here. 9-point game. This game against Indiana, the first game of the NBA's regular season.
Yeah, and taking on an interconference foe, certainly not a rival. They're the better team, and they showed it, winning both matchups last season.
Right you are. I mean, winning the games they were supposed to win. No doubt they'll look to continue that tonight.
And the basket is good. George has got 11 points.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. It's Durant on the wing. They can't stop the run with that one.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
Teague the pass to Young. George against Pachulia. And then George with the jam.
And you know what? For me, these dunks show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
Now here's Curry. Pass to Green. Down low. Tipped away. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. With this break, let's show you the teams that led the league in assists last year. The Warriors, number 1.
The way these guys moved the ball offensively was really a joy to watch. Great teamwork and unselfishness, and that's why we saw those great assist numbers a season ago.
Now here's Durant. After the miss from Klay Thompson, Durant finds Green.
Yeah, really like the defensive focus and intensity at the start.
Exactly. Nothing easy. They're making them work just to get into their offense. Very disruptive so far.
A nice shot by George.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
And I like the strategy. It's a great strategy. Bury those threes early, and it'll open up the inside for them later on.
And let's take a moment here to see some of the numbers for Draymond Green. He's coming off an excellent season, and he did his share on the glass, battled his way into the top 15 in rebounds per game.
And his floor awareness was impeccable last season. As you mentioned, top 10 in assists, just does a great job of getting everyone involved. Now George, after the missed 3 from Klay Thompson. And George, here we go. And then George with the jam.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
And it's the Warriors with the ball. The Pacers making the shot to stop. Indiana leading by 18. Here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
And stolen by Jeff Teague. Goes up. And then George with the jam.
Love the aggression from Teague there to disrupt the passing lanes, leading to a basket in transition. Great play.
Got a piece of it. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. Launches the 3. Wow, that makes him a perfect 10 for 10. Double-digit perfection.
Hard to believe you could have this kind of a flow. Unbelievable.
Talk about putting up points in a hurry. He can't miss right now.
Now here's Curry. Still scoreless. KD looking around. Green kicks to Durant. The offensive rebound. Thompson outside. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Indiana.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's George. It's Paul George with the finish.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Now here's Durant. And the Warriors miss again.
And offensively, he has been a liability more than he's helped this quarter.
Outside, George. For 3. And the Pacers another 3.
Boy, he's really been on a roll this quarter. Seems like everything he throws up is finding bottom.
.114 left here in the opening quarter. Driving in, lays it up off the glass. George has got 32 points in the game. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Pacers.
Well, you know, they've been aggressive on the defensive end, and it's paying off for them. Quite a few takeaways for them in the early going.
And they've also done a great job turning defense into offense tonight, creating turnovers and capitalizing on the other end.
And so it's Turner with it. He brings it up for Indiana. Ellis dishes to Turner. Back to Ellis. Here's Young on the wing, George. Shot clock at 5. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Boy, a nice show of strength that time from Paul George, absorbing the hit and still carving out space to get the shot to go down.
Different look here for the Warriors. McGee, he's checked in for Pachulia. West comes in for Draymond Green. Henderson's checked in for Kevin Durant. And it's Livingston in for Curry.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
Thompson for the triple. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. From deep, George. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
Wow, what a way to finish up the quarter.
That's an impossible shot, man, even when you don't have the clock to worry about.
And the buzzer sounds to end the first, and we've got a blowout underway here. It's the Pacers opening up a huge gap. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Pacers team out there.
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
And it's the Warriors with the ball. Pass to Cooper. Shoots a 3. It's hauled in by George. George has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Puts up a deep 3. David West grabs the miss.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Outside, George. And George with the stuff.
There is no slowing down Paul George. A volcanic.
Their offense has ground to a standstill.
Thompson with it. George picks him up. Thompson surveying the floor. Into the lane. And goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
Yeah, he was just a skosh late on the contest. That's going to be a goaltend for sure.
Green, he's checked in for Cooper. George with the ball. 43 points in the game. Wasted no time on that one. George has got 45 points.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Well, when you knock down jumpers like that, it opens everything else up as well.
Now, here's Thompson. And it's Thompson again missing.
Yeah, that's another miss for him. They're behind in this game largely because he shot so poorly.
From deep, George. Good, another from 3.
He's got this defense scrambling, and even when they've got 2 guys on him, he just finds a way to create space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for 3-pointers in a single game. Now George, after the missed 3 from Klay Thompson. Count that one.
How about the vision of Ellis? Nice job finding guys in their spots.
Outside, Green to halt the run. Pacers with the rebound. George has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it.
Connects again from distance.
He's now set the team record for most threes in a game. Unreal.
And a lot of it stems from his confidence. Even when he misses, he's sure, he's positive the next one's going to go in.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And again for 3.
Another 3. I'm not sure I've seen a better three-point shooting night.
They just keep pouring in. This is a top 5 all-time single game for 3-point. Good, another from 3.
There it is, a shot that puts him at the top of the record books.
Well, Greg, he's now tied for the mark for most threes in a single game. In one word, amazing. And with Kevin Durant joining the Warriors, Clark, they look like one of the greatest teams ever assembled. At least, and got it! Another basket.
And he's got 60. Most Hall of Famers never get here once. He's been in the 60s now multiple times.
This 60-point masterpiece ties him for 5th on the all-time 60-point list. Timeout called the Warriors. Kevin Durant's checked in for the Warriors. Curry comes in for Sean Livingston. In Indiana with a change here too. Robinson's checked in. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And here's George for 3. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Most teams get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open looks at the three-point shot, but it seems like they have just not figured it out.
Curry outside. Pacers with the rebound. Turner's got his 8th rebound here tonight. George double-teamed. Pass to Ellis. And George.
George can be so deadly on the drive. He's got great quickness. He sees an opening and takes it right away.
Outside Curry. Can they get it? It's rebounded by Ellis.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
West passes to Curry. Curry with another miss.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And again, 71 points and no end in sight.
Young fella is in the zone. The defense right now looks helpless.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough...
Good, he hits again.
Unreal. He's got the 4th most points ever in an NBA game. This man is on another planet.
I mean, what can you say? One of the all-time individual games in NBA history.
And honestly, guys, I don't know how you stop him. I mean, he's into the mid-70s scoring-wise. Wilt's 78, Kobe's 81, and Wilt's 100 are the only higher scoring games ever.
George with the bucket.
Simply one of the best shooting performances you are ever going to see. A three-point barrage.
They double-team KD. Young against Green. Stolen by Robinson. And now here comes Robinson leading the break. And here's George for 3. And another one falls. Amazing.
He has been simply unstoppable.
And he's now 3rd all-time for points in a game. 1 for the ages.
Well, he has already cleared Wilt Chamberlain's 78 points. Next up is Kobe's 81. And if he passes that mark, the basketball world is going to be talking about this guy.
Hits it again. Wow.
And that score moves him up in the record books yet again.
He now stands, Greg, alone for 2nd place for points. What an unbelievable night.
And with 81 in the rearview mirror, he only has the great Wilt Chamberlain and his 100 mark left, a record nobody thought would be touched. but this is the closest anybody has ever come.
Connects again from distance.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. Poked away. Paul George with the steal. Gets it off. And again for three. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
And so it's Indiana with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. And we'll be back with you shortly. And that one released in time, but no good.
Welcome to halftime, everybody. First on the menu is looking at what games will be coming up here shortly. Since we got a little time on our hands here, you guys got any big plans for tonight?
Not me. I'm just going to take it easy. I'm pretty worn out.
Yeah, you've been burning those midnight oils, man. You been hitting the clubs or something?
Nah, just putting up with you guys. It's exhausting.
And let's move on now to that first half. Obviously, a lot of work to do for the Warriors.
A lot of bricks out there reminds me of my free throw shooting. Enough to build a house. Come on, man.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of.
Now here's Curry. Nothing on the board. Pachulia inside. Turner covering. Pachulia, no luck. And it's Indiana's ball. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. That game is the first and last of their homestand. He got it again. Sensational.
He just notched 92 points on that one.
Simply surreal. G.A., I'm not sure even he can believe what's going on right now. And it's sent back by George.
George is versatile defensively, can guard multiple positions, and that versatility allows him to block some shots, too.
On the wing, Thompson. He's guarded by Ellis. 3 on the clock.
They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
He's been an absolute non-factor. Zero factor this game. Just a horrible performance from him.
George against KD. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
George passes to Teague. Indiana moving it around. Good! Another from 3. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And the wide open shot from Green. And again, it's the Warriors missing. And here are the Pacers now. Right now, they're on a 9-0 run. And here's George for another one goes. Incredible.
Kevin, I'm in disbelief. He set a new all-time record for scoring in a single game.
Well, Greg, a record that was for so long thought to be untouchable. He continues to amaze.
And he's now passed Wilt Chamberlain's legendary mark of 100 points, one that stood since 1962.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. The shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Misses the jumper.
You know, he's just not taking good shots, not taking smart shots, forcing up a lot of low percentage jump there.
Launches it, and George hits again from deep. George has got 15 points in just the second half.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the result.
That's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
Durant with a wide open look. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. George, that's a two-pointer, and there are the Pacers with another bucket.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Curry outside. It's rebounded by Indiana. Turner's for Indiana. They've gone as spotless. 6 of 6 from the field since taking the court here in the second half. George with the bucket.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
And Durant launches from deep. And again, no good by Golden State.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
And here's George for 3. And Indiana, another 3.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the backcourt violation.
And the Warriors making a change here. West is checked in. Here's T. Still yet to score. Pass to George. Fires for 3. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got 4 assists now tonight.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots. Well, the defense got lucky there with him missing it. But they don't want to chance that again.
From deep, George, and another one falls. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
They double-team Curry. Now Pachulia. Pass to Thompson. Shot to stop the run. It's rebounded by Teague. Thompson against George. The 3 connects again from distance. He's really sniping them from outside.
Locked in, feeling confident in that three-point shot.
Durant, he's open. That one wide left.
The struggles just continue this quarter. They can ill afford to have this many empty possessions.
Ellis kicks to George.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Here's Curry. Good work defensively by Turner.
Trailing here in the game, you can look at his performance as a direct indicator of why they're losing.
Outside, George. The 3. The basket good. Off the assist from Young.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
44 seconds left in the third quarter. KD against George. KD draws the double. 6 to shoot. Here's West. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. And Zoelis will bring it up for the Pacers. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. From deep, George, and Indiana, another 3.
Wow. What can you say?
There's 18 seconds left to play in the third. Knocked away and stolen by Jeff Teague. From deep. And there's Paul George on the assist by Teague. Teague's got 5 assists tonight. Outside, KD. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Indiana. The sensational night for him continues as he cranks his three-point made total even higher on one. We welcome you back in with the arena still buzzing from the historic achievement we witnessed in the last quarter.
And I wasn't sure we'd ever see the single-game points record broken again. As far as an individual mark goes, it's one of the hardest to reach. He's as dialed in as he could be.
And so here is Indiana. Inside, back to Teague. George from deep three-point land, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Turner. And here's Livingston. Turner comes with the double team. Pass to McGee. And here is Green. And it's sent back by Turner. Here's George. Drives to the hoop. And another one.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. To the inside. Here's Livingston. Good defensive work there by Young. George against Green. George dishes to Ellis. Fires it up. And again, it's Indiana.
Seems effortless for George, that quick release of his.
And turnovers have been the issue for him.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. Drops in the tray off the fast break. George has got 7 points here in this quarter. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for Indiana.
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end. Tenacious. They're jumping passing lanes and coming away with a lot of steals.
And they're also finding a good deal of their points off turnovers tonight. Seems like every time they come up with an extra possession, they find a way to convert.
And again for 3. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
Livingston passes to KD. Livingston with it. And that time, also a missed shot. Indiana's gone 2 or 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. And here's George for 3. Good on the triple.
He's certainly been their go-to guy when it matters most. He's trying to close this one out.
Outside, Green fires the 3. It's rebounded by Indiana. For the 3. And George hits again from deep.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, so that's a double-edged sword there.
The 3 ball. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
Putting up a goose egg bagel this period. At this point, you have to run the offense through somebody else. I mean, that's your only choice.
Lets it go with the 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got his 5th assist in this one. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Durant, no good. Pacers have gotten 7 of their 8 shots to fall here in the fourth. A tremendous offensive outburst. And here's George for 3. And Indiana, another 3.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
There's Green with the 3. The Pacers pull it in. George has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
You know, they're looking good, really good right now because of him. He sees this game by the throat, and he's squeezing hard.
Green finds West. It's deflected. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. There are the Pacers with another bucket.
Defense, for me, just hasn't made the commitment to sprint back in transition, and that's why you see such a huge differential in fast break points.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. You want to be aggressive offensively, but at the same time, you need defensive balance so you can get back in transition. Not sure what he was thinking about with that pass, just sailed it right out of bounds.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Pachulia, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Klay Thompson comes in for David West. And Curry subbed in for Kevin Durant.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all his work from behind the arc.
From deep, George. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
Well, you know, that's exactly their plan here in the fourth. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes.
Livingston looking for the opening. They need this one. And it's Jeff Teague with the rebound. Teague's got 5 rebounds tonight. Some nice passing here by Indiana. From deep, George nailed from three-point land.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Curry passes to Thompson. Pass to Pachulia. 4 on the clock. And it's sent back by Turner.
Way to stay connected defensively. Don't allow him to get that shot up.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Pacers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
Yeah, I don't think it'll play out quite that simply, though. The team coming out on the losing end of game 1 is just that much more motivated to get even in game 2 and 3. So I think the edge goes to the losing team.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for George.
Well, I like the ferocity on defense now. He was constantly putting himself in the path of steals and coming up with them, too.
And Young kicks to George. Jacks up a 3. And the Pacers another 3.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Any hope of a comeback diminished.
And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
Driving inside. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play. That's tipped. Nabbing another steal. His anticipation has been off the charts.
Swiping the ball away with just such ease. And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a...
He swipes the ball away again.
And just like that, he's tied the franchise single-game record for steals.
Oh, what a steal. He's taken him for everything they've got. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
That concludes the first game of the NBA season. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Paul George.